Oh my God, I just did all these videos and I thought I forgot to press record. So I just gave myself a heart attack. God, I love being a video content creator sometimes. Ugh.
There's a world inside my head.
But it's where they're at and it's where you're at. And I really think that when we work on ourselves and really, really transmute all that into the light, we'll become lighter, our vibration will rise, and you'll start actually attracting people that are going through a similar journey and that really, really vibe with you. And I've been noticing that because as I've been doing my shadow work behind the scenes, I've actually been a little more consistent with my content. September is going to be nuts because I'm going to be creating content for that month and October, and that's kind of where the perfectionist thing comes in. I have to be careful of. And I've been noticing I have been meeting new people or reconnecting with other people I've known, but not very well. And we're all in a similar mindset. And it's really, really empowering to see how many people out there are in the journey with you, whether you realize it or not. Because there was a time I was feeling very alone. And I knew I wasn't alone, because none of us are, but I was feeling very lonely. I was feeling very cut off, because even though we're not locked down here, I don't go out a whole lot because, I try to be careful, and I'm kind of a loner to a point. I'm kind of an extrovert and an introvert, and I think you can be both, so I'm kind of both. And right now I'm kind of, going in my journey and going within and just really working on that stuff. And I'm going to be traveling in October, so I'll be a little more social outwardly, and I'll be a little more out there, enjoying the travel, but hoping to help other people that come along my way. And I think it's really, really, I really am amazed how the universe works. Because when you get to that point, you think the universe is not listening, something magical happens. You'll hear that song that clicks for you. Or you'll get that text message, or, I don't know, you'll know when you see it. Maybe the numbers will synchronize. I'm into the number syncs. I've been seeing 1111 lately, and 222, and I've been seeing all the different numbers. So I know my life is on the way to a huge shift. And it's really, really empowering to know that the universe does have my back. And it has your back too, in whatever form you know it as, whether it's God or source or the universe or something else. I also learned to take lazy out of my vocabulary, because I'm almost in that mode where I'm go, 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 go. And I'm starting to recognize the difference where I'm very productive and I'm working hard to get my content out there and to really work on my brand, because I have a lot of little projects that are going to be launching either towards the end of the year or next year. And it's really, really interesting how before I would work myself to death. I would just work myself to the ground. I'll sleep when I'm dead, that whole mentality, because I want to do everything all at once. And I'm still kind of like that, like in the energy sometimes, but now I know when to back down. I know when to take a step back, breathe, and have a day. I'll watch movies and have popcorn and do nothing. And it's important to do that, as long as you're not doing that for months on end. I mean, obviously, but it's knowing that balance. It's knowing when to work hard and when to rest. For a while, I even tried to set a certain day that I can rest, and, that's it. And that wasn't working for me, because my schedule was always changing. I always got new things coming up, even when I have things planned. So it's better for me to just take the time when I need it, to be more intuitive and to listen to my intuition. And that is another thing I've been learning that a lot of people are still struggling with. And I've actually seen a lot of people I've reconnected with start listening to their intuition more, as I have. I've even tested my intuition a few times, just on little things. Like, there was a video I was watching. It was pick a card, oracle card reading. And I was like, I felt like I should pick the first card, but I went for the second card. And when I listened to the message for the first card, it fit my situation to a T. And the number 2 was like, not so much. So it was just little things I was testing that, I should have gone with my gut or my intuition and picked the first card. It's been really interesting reflecting on all these little things that are shifting, that are changing. And maybe you relate to, or maybe there's something else that you're starting to understand about yourself. And this is part of the shadow work as well. It's not all gloom and doom and digging deep in your soul. Well, a lot of that is, and learning how to really heal your wounds and face it, and get to the root of the triggers that you have. But it's also noticing the little differences, and also looking in hindsight and giving yourself a pat on the back once in a while for job well done. You learned that lesson. You've become stronger from that and more resilient, and you're moving ahead. And you can let that part of that energy go and bring in the new. And there are some days I'll feel the energy from the collective, and a lot of the time I'll feel the collective energy a few days before it happens. Now, don't ask me. I have no idea why that is. I've noticed this for the past 6 months at least. And at first I thought it was just kind of a fluke thing, but I do notice that when something happens in the world and the collective feels it, I'll feel it, but I'll feel it like a few days before it happens. So a lot of the time I know something's going to happen. And it doesn't mean it has to be a tragic event, but just something big. It could be good or bad. And I think that's sort of like my spiritual radar, kind of preparing me for whatever it is. Maybe it'll happen in my personal life. I don't feel it much on my personal life. I feel it more on the collective scale. So it's really weird. I can't even explain it. It sounds weird, and it is weird to me. So I have no idea. But I know there's a reason for it. So I'm trying to practice trusting my intuition more, and really understanding the power in that, because there is power in trusting your instincts and trusting your
intuition. Like, I'm going to Pixie stomp. You know, my neighbor is a lot better upstairs, but the past couple days they have been really loud, so hopefully it's a temporary thing. Anyway, moving forward.
Anyway, so yeah, it's been really exciting in a way. I don't think many people really get excited about all these things, but it shows that I'm learning and that I'm growing, and that hopefully for the better, and really starting to get a handle on some of this stuff. Having that wisdom really helps you make better choices and be a little more open-minded, a little bit more open-hearted. That is the main thing, being open-hearted to other situations.
Another space.